Hello there, this is Chris from Market Street Financial Group. I want to take a moment today and give you a quick behind the scenes look at how we save people money on their home and auto insurance. If you're a Medicare client, you know that we're independent, so we have access to multiple companies, so we can pull premium, pull rate from each company to see who offers the best possible deal. So we do the same thing on the home and auto side, and let's go ahead and take a look. Step one is we're going to go in and enter in the person's current information as far as what company they're with, when their policy expires, how long they've been with that company approximately, their prior liability limits, and of course, when we want the new quote or new policy to take effect. So usually this is just an example date, but once we have this information, we can go ahead and enter in some of the driver information. We're going to use myself here as a test dummy. So I put myself in here, and of course if there were more drivers on your policy or in the household, you can go ahead and we can add those in. For now, we're just going to use myself as an example. Go to the next screen. It's going to ask us about our car. So usually what I do is ask the person for their declaration page so I know what the VIN of their vehicle is. If I don't know what the VIN is, I can just go in and put in the year, make, and model, but we prefer to use the VIN because that gives us the exact information on the vehicle for the most accurate premium. Once we have this information and added the vehicle, we go to the usage screen. So it's going to ask how the vehicle is used. Is it a pleasure vehicle? Is it a commute vehicle? Do you use it for business? That's what we would need to know. We also need to know what your one-way mileage is if you do use the vehicle to commute. My vehicle usage is to and from work. My one-way mileage from home to work is approximately 13 miles, and I drive about 12,000 miles per year. I have a loan on the vehicle. Once we have this information, we can go ahead and go to the accidents. I usually don't put anything in here because we pull reports after the fact that will verify this. Go to the coverage screen, and at this point, having the declaration page definitely helps. This way we know exactly what coverage limits we're quoting you so that we can give you an apples to apples comparison. For this example, we're just going to use some dummy numbers here. $250 deductible for comprehensive, $500 for collision, $100 for towing, and $30 per day up to a $900 maximum for rental car reimbursement. We're going to go ahead in and try to match the person's bodily injury limit as best we can. Usually that's pretty easy. For this example, we're going to use a $500,000 combined single limit, which means your per person, per accident, and property damage limits are all $500,000. Then it's going to ask us about discounts. Is the home that you live in owned? Do you rent? Are you in an apartment? For this example, we're going to put owned home, so you get a multiple policy discount. Some carriers also give discounts for if you live in a retirement community or if you have a AAA membership. You can also get a discount if you accept paperless distribution of your policy documents. So as opposed to them mailing you everything, if you're okay with them emailing it to you, some companies actually do offer a small discount for that as well. And then we go down to the state-specific information. In Pennsylvania, you have first-party benefit options. I've just gone and pre-filled these. $25,000 for medical expense, full tort, $2,500 for funeral expense, and $2,500/$50,000 for work loss. So this is basically a disability benefit. We then go to the assignment screen, which basically allows us to assign someone to the vehicle. So if you had 3 drivers in the household, 3 vehicles, we would want to assign a vehicle to each person based on who uses that vehicle the most. And then we go to the carrier screen. It's going to ask us some information on each carrier. We do have we are an AARP affiliated agency as well. So we if you're an AARP member, you can get a discount through the Hartford through our agency. So these are basically carrier-specific questions. I'm going to leave these on default for the time being and go ahead and click Finish. So I've already actually gone ahead and run these quotes. So I'm going to pull up the quote screen. Based on all that information, it looks like this carrier, Encompass, has the best premium, slightly better than Travelers. Now we have roughly 20 companies. We don't quote all 20 companies up front just because usually these are the most competitive companies. If need be, we'll go out to those carriers and pull rate from them as well. But we generally start out with the 7 or 8 top companies. So as you can see, there's quite a bit of difference between Encompass and Foremost, which is 21st Century. Foremost is $1,505 every 6 months, which is slightly over $3,000 a year, and Encompass is $1,116 per year. So quite a bit of difference. Just like the Medicare supplement policies, you have the same product, but vastly different premiums. So people are always surprised to see that, but insurance is a free market industry, so the premiums are very different from company to company. These companies are always tweaking their rates, changing their rates. So definitely, if you haven't looked at this in a couple of years, it's good to do so, just to make sure that you're getting a fair deal. And as you can see, it takes all of 5 or 10 minutes to pull the prices just to see where you're at with your current company. And from if you're a Medicare client, that we're very good on the service end as well. So if you actually became a client of ours on the home and auto side, we would then be your full-time agent. So any questions or policy changes or claims would be handled directly by us, which is nice to have everything sort of in the same location. Your Medicare, your home and auto. We also have several other services as well. But so I hope you enjoyed that. If you have any questions, feel free to call me directly at the office, 610-692-3200. Extension is 102, and you can always email me as well at clangel@msfgonline.com. Thanks for watching, guys, and have a great day.